stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bits. We are here. We had some play-in action last night. I'm tired. I stayed up too late. Watching the Hoopy Hoops. Even that Blazers game, I was watching myself I was slowly falling asleep, and then there'd be a big run, and all of a sudden I'm locked and loaded again. But we had some time. We're back, though. We are back. Yeah, happy tax day. Good to see it. Why are we making fun of the shirt? We get the solver. You're making fun of sponsorships, DJP? What are we doing? Who do we got? Unless you're making fun of something else. Otherwise, we're going after you. We got Sneeps in the chat. Let's go. Josh is here. Yeah, Josh is with me. He stayed up late. The Common Man, happy birthday to the Laker great Cooper. Stubbs is here. DJP, 3DK. Yeah, happy tax day, of course. T-Man Ballers in here. Regulator. We got Sneeps ripped a hole in the shirt yesterday doing taxes. Tough scene. We just chaos last night. Chaos here. The Charlotte game was nuts. Man, my bags were on life support there as the Hornets, inexplicably this being a close game. I mean, when you really break down how this game unfolded, and knowing that Bam Adebayo only played 11 minutes, I mean, if I just read you the box score of some of these minutes, you'd be like, oh, wow, Hornets must have ran away with this. I mean, Norm Powell, 19 minutes. NBA All-Star, Norman Powell, 19 minutes. Just kind of bonkers, man. Just kind of bonkers that's the run out there. And then obviously the LaMelo Bam tie up there. I don't really know what to make of it. Let's actually look at the play. I don't know if it was intentional. If it was intentional or anything. I just thought he was kind of flailing. So I'm hesitant to go full Lou Dort on this, but
trainer Wes Brown has made his way over.
Let's see. I mean, it definitely looks bad.
Paul, who
it definitely looks bad. DJP saying he's got to be suspended. I would actually be surprised if they suspend him. I don't know how. Is anyone else in agreement here with the suspension? I think I would be surprised. Underdog didn't give you a rescue for Bam. Is that because the rest of your picks didn't hit? Don't they usually give rescues if the rest of your picks hit? But if they don't hit, it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't think he's getting suspended. I don't think so. I don't think it was. I do think it was a flagrant. But it wasn't like full Lou Dort. It was not full Lou Dort. But, man, Charlotte, LaMelo, what was going on, bro? Not even that. I mean, I just don't understand. You take Bam Adebayo off the floor and the inability to get to the crack. No, I mean, I guess it was. I don't think he was. Stan, listen, Stan, you're going to get what you want, man. Everyone's going to be yelling about Spoelstra because Khalil Ware should be playing more. So I don't know. I don't think he's getting suspended. DJP, you seem to just be rattling off some takes this morning, so maybe we'll wait and see. But I'd be very surprised if he gets suspended. But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's go. Let's look at that. It's because it was a first half bet. That's probably why. Yeah, it's a first. You're not going to get saved for a first half bet if it's the first half, brother. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at this box score here. So let's start on the Charlotte side, man. Con Kipple. Whoo, baby, man. Lights too bright meme, huh? Shout out Jared Allen, because that's the Bleacher Report meme. This was, boy. 34 minutes, 6 points on 0 for 6 shooting from 3, 2 for 12 from the field. And I mean, straight up got benched. Right? Was not playing down the stretch, did not play in overtime. You look at the rest of those minutes. Same thing with Moussa Diabate, man. They just they weren't there. There's again the inexperience, the young bucks of the Hornets just clearly weren't ready. I mean, I can't believe they won this game. Again, I'm happy they won this game. I wanted Charlotte to win this game. Regulator making some excuses for Khan about his back. LaMelo, finishes the game with 30 points and 10 dimes. You're like, whoa, 30 and 10 from LaMelo. That's gonna be pretty good, though. That's pretty good, 30 and 10. And then you look 12 for 31 from the field, 2 for 16 from 3. And again, You take out Bam, one of the best defensive bigs in the league, and just no one's going to the rack. Why aren't we driving to the rack? And you could just see this. It reminded me of like Boston when like the Celtics, of Celtics past when they're in the fourth quarter and they're up like 6 with 4 minutes left or whatever, right? And we're just dribbling, and then here, you shoot the three. That's kind of what it felt like, right? But anyways, they somehow sneak away with this one. LaMelo with an incredible bucket. And then I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but man, the reason they won this game was because of that domestic abusing piece of shit, Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges was really, really good in this game. 43 minutes from that awful man. He had 28 points, 9 boards, 3 blocks, and a steal, 5 for 10 from 3, 10 for 18 from the field. One of the biggest plays of the game, right? So in that wind down, you have LaMelo down 1, actually attacks the rim, blows by Jaime Jaquez, makes a tough finish, and then Miami, I think they were out of timeouts. The ball is inbounded right away. LaMelo's on the ground. Everybody's going to the bucket the other way, full speed, and Miles Bridges comes up, climbs the ladder, grabs the board grabs the ball before it hits the glass, and that's it. That is it, 127-126. But, man, they almost gave this game away, too. Up 5, just off. Like, again, LaMelo, man, live by the Melo, die by the Melo, because it was just really, really bad offense, bad defense at times, like the up 5, and then like the foul on Hero to put him at the line for 3. I mean, just crazy. I didn't think LaMelo traveled on that last bucket. LaMelo definitely traveled. There was a possession earlier in that fourth quarter where he traveled a bunch. But man, Stan is down so bad. I love this because if Miami won, you would have found a way to bash Spo in the Heat. And now that they lost, you're being like, but he traveled. LaMelo traveled. You got to blow the whistle on a travel. So it's good to see Heat fans. Dude, suck on that L, Heat fans. But Hornets, they move on. They will play the loser of tonight's game. Let's talk about, so Bam goes down, and man, Kel'el Ware, my big fade yesterday on Underdog was Kel'el Ware, and just, Jesus, man. So Bam only plays 11 minutes. I promise you, he was on pace to play like 44. He was going to play 40 minutes even without the overtime. Kel'el plays 42 minutes, 12 points, 19 rebounds, 4 dimes, 5 blocks, 0 turnovers. Davion Mitchell was awesome, and I think part of the reason Norm wasn't on the floor is Miami had to decide who's going, like, are we going with Hero or are we going with Norm, because we can't go with both. We're just going to get cooked. So it was a lot of Davion. He was great, 28-6. Wiggins was solid, 27-7. And then Hero, I think he scored like 5 of his 23 in overtime, if not more. But it finished with 23-6. I don't think the Heat are, well, I don't know, man. I'm sure, because I forgot Norm was up for a deal. I mean, it's hard. Like, that must suck because you get traded from the Clippers. If you're Norm Powell, you get traded from the Clippers, you go to Miami, and then you just immediately excel. Everybody makes fun of the Clippers for letting you go. You make an all-star team. You're absolutely cooking. And then you just basically get hurt. You got to get shut down the second half of the season. And now, like, you probably thought a payday was coming. And I'm sure, I mean, people are going to pay him, but it's probably not the number that it was like he thought it was going to be. You surprised that Ware wasn't on the floor for the final play? Yeah, that was a little surprising. But Charlotte was going small. I mean, again, we're like Moussa Diabate. One of the things that I shouted out in a Bagel with Locks, which didn't end up being great from a fantasy perspective, but Grant Williams playing 18 minutes was pretty surprising. But you know what? We did bury the lead here. Let's go look. I think I have this pulled up already. Let's go look at, what did I bookmark here? I think it was this right here. No, that's Deni. Well, let's look at these bookmarks because, whoo, boy, Kobe freaking White, man. Let's look at this Kobe White bucket. Also, I couldn't believe, like, listen, insane shot. It goes down. Drawing this up out of a timeout. And again, I think they wanted the quick trigger triple so that the Heat could not foul Kobe White to get him to the line, right? Because they were down 3. But this was a catch, shoot, contest. Like, this was sick.
The young Metro don't trust you. I'm gonna shoot you. Beautiful mom.
Buckets sends this thing to overtime. That was a big time three. And I mean, this is the reason they won the game. Kobe White, some adults in the room. And it was Kobe White. Also, Chicago, the Bulls are probably thinking, we didn't make the play-in, right? So no one is going to talk about us for a little while. We're fine. Like, no one has to make fun of us for making the play-in every year, for not tanking. We're not playing basketball in the postseason. And all of a sudden, the guy, what did they get for Kobe White? Colin Sexton and like a second-round pick? Is that what the deal was? And then Kobe White, all of a sudden, we're like, who? They didn't even get a first-round pick? And the Houston Rockets, and somehow the Rockets take an L here too. Again, Houston couldn't have gone and gotten Kobe. Like, I feel like that would have made a lot of sense here. Kobe White, though, man, it single-handedly brought them back into this game. Off the bench, I mean, this is going to be the most minutes he's played in a very long time, right? 26 minutes from Kobe. 7 for 15 from the field, 5 for 8 on threes, including that big bucket there to extend the game and send it to overtime. 19 and 5, couple steals in there. I mean, Charlotte, just a big time W. Just really, now they wait. They take on the loser. I mean, I'm sorry, the loser of tonight's Orlando Philly game, and it really does feel like that the Charlotte Hornets are going to eliminate the state of Florida from postseason play in like a couple of nights, which is pretty fun. But what an exciting game. We also had NBA Top Shot this, which honestly, just like straight comedy. Just the Chicago Bulls in the NBA Top Shot handshake meme, right? Handshake meme, Spider-Man meme, because they're all of a sudden catching strays because we're putting on some digital necklace. The only thing that was working on Amazon was the necklace. The audio was messed up. We got technical difficulties in like the heat of the moment. All of a sudden the game goes out, but don't worry. We saw the necklace. Shout out Jalen Green, who was a part of the second play-in game. But Jalen Green, if you remember, for you Top Shot bros, let's do just the beginning of this.
Well, the Top Shot streets are a dangerous place, so
remember one of the worst dunk contests of all time. You had Jalen Green, who comes out with the necklace, the same thing that we saw on Amazon Prime last night. Same exact thing, except it was an NBA Top Shot moment of Jalen Green. Dwayne Wade calls it Coinbase. Then we watch for 15 minutes while Cole Anthony tries to complete a dunk with Tim's on. And then everybody, that should have been the moment that we were out on Cole Anthony, but everybody's like, no, Cole Anthony's actually a bucket off the bench. Cole Anthony is Cam Thomas, but a better locker room guy. All right. Anyways, let's go. Well, I don't know why we're talking about that, but anyways, the Prime, and I had just got done singing the praises of Amazon Prime because I think their coverage is really good. I thought Stan Van was cooking last night. I really enjoy the Amazon broadcast, but that was a tough scene. Who got more? Yeah, more L's, Amazon or Chicago Bulls last night. But man, what a fun game. What a fun ass game. It made me just so excited that we're not breaking down who signed their second 10-day for the Utah Jazz and is going to play 42 minutes tonight. Didn't the Bucks release Cole? They did. And then he went to Phoenix and they released him. I think Cole's time in the league is done. So, but anyway, Charlotte, man. And then I don't know. Let's talk about Miami. What's next for the Heat? What is next for the Heat? Are they going to go out there and decide? Are they going to go splash around in the Greek freak streets, Giannis Antetokounmpo? Are they going to start putting together some trade offers there? Is that what they're going to do? How do they approach this offseason? I like clearly the Hero Norm fit didn't work because I do think part of the reason Norm made the All-Star team is because Hero got hurt. So Norm had to carry the load. But again, 19 minutes of Norm Powell. I was light on Norm Powell last night because I didn't think he was going to play a ton of minutes, but I was thinking it was like 24 minutes, not 19. Single digits in an overtime game. 19 minutes is crazy. So I don't know what they do. I mean, Spoelstra, I know Stan is going to like put together some protest signs. Spo, gotta go. Hey, ho, ho. Spo has got to go. Hey. It's going to be a lot of that as Stan walking the streets of South Beach. That's not happening. I do want, does Kel'el Ware get packaged into some deals here to try to get a superstar? I'm buying the Kel'el Ware stock. Give me the more Kel'el Ware. Yeah, but Magikarp saying in the chat, if the Bucks don't have wear next year, I'm going to be so mad. Yeah, I don't know. Free wear from Spo. I'm here for it. The other thing, going back to Con Knipple, I saw the Cooper Rookie of the Year take there by Sunjay Rich. Welcome back from vacation, Sunjay Rich. It is kind of bullshit that like the votes haven't been collected yet, right? I think some people have like announced who their votes are. Like I think I haven't listened to it yet, but Bill Simmons talked about it last night. I know, what's his name? Zach Lowe did his too in his podcast. But they weren't technically collected because Luka's filing a grievance or whatever so that he should be included in the end of the season awards. So people haven't done it yet. So I don't like, that's kind of wild. It is kind of wild that like that could have actually hurt Con. I don't think it should have. It's not that those games aren't supposed to be included. It's a regular season award. Maddie in the chat, the $100,000 man, says, I'm tired of Bill Simmons using team success as a huge part of the Rookie of the Year debate. Cooper's season is way more impressive being the primary offensive creator as opposed to Con being the third or fourth option. Yeah, again, I think it's just either vote is right. Either vote is right. You know, because if Con was on the Dallas side, I'm sure he would have been averaging like 18, 6, and 6 too, you know? And if Cooper was in Charlotte, I'm sure like his numbers wouldn't look like what they look like in Dallas because he's playing with actual NBA players. You know, Cooper Flagg is looking around. It's like, am I going to run 2-man action with Dwight fucking Powell? Marvin Bagley was like an important part of their rotation. We had the other Nembhard bro was running around. He's my size. Ryan Nembhard makes Andrew Nembhard look like Dikembe Mutombo. Like that, I think both takes, like, I don't think Con should get extra credit because his team is good. I just think roles are different. I think roles are different. It's like Judge versus Cal Raleigh. Yeah. And again, say like both are deserving. Both are deserving. But I think it, like, my take was it's going to be Cooper. I switched my pick. I switched my vote. I don't know anything else from that game. It was just so fun. That was just like, it was fun. I only get to watch the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, and overtime because the bar that I was at hosting trivia did not have Prime. I don't know how they don't have Prime. Aren't they showing Thursday Night Football? They didn't have Prime, so I was paying attention on my phone while it was happening. While I saw it, so I missed the Bam injury, but came back in time for the second half. But that was fun. Again, they'll take on the loser of action. Let's go to the second game. Let's go to the second game where Deni, Portland Trailblazers, man, this was crazy. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, so forgive me if this is not accurate, but it was something like, so I was kind of dozing off in the second half, and I was trying to stay locked in. But I was dozing off a little bit. And I thought Portland got up like 9. I think Phoenix went on like a 23-6 run. And I was like, holy crap, Phoenix is up 9. And then like Portland immediately went on almost the same exact run. It was great. Oh, wait, Common Man with an awesome question. He says, are NBA analytics nerds the same guy as craft beer guy? Well, I don't know. I'm also a craft beer guy, but I don't know. Do you guys consider me an analytics nerd? I don't know. Maybe. What a fun game from Portland. Also, I know we say not financial advice. I'm going to play the drop, but this was financial advice. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? We were giving out winners yesterday. We had 2. We had a money line parlay, right? We said take the Hornets to win and the Blazers to win, and that is what happened last night. And it was the Deni party. He played 38 minutes. Look at the efficiency, man. That's great point. Great point by Magikarp. 41 points on 15 for 22 shooting. Got to the line 13 times, knocking down 8 of them. What's that? 7 boards, 12 dimes. Deni was just great, man. And again, I know this was pointed out in that game. I think it was against the Nuggets last week where Deni, there's something. He gets the ball in his right hand. And if you don't square up on him, he's able to just put so much power into his left shoulder that just creates a little extra space so that he can get to the rack. But what I was really impressed with him last night is he was still doing that but then dishing, finding wide open shooters in the corner. And one thing that I did not take in enough credit into was Jeremy Grant coming back. That was something I was kind of surprised that he was going to play as many minutes as he did. He got 19 minutes. He hasn't played in a while. But it was a reminder that Portland just has a lot of different ways they can play, right? You have Kling Kong, who played 29 minutes in this game. Time Lord played 16. So they got the big boys they can throw at you, but then they can mix it up and go small. And we even saw Matisse Thybulle, Philadelphia legend, play 13 minutes. He was out there in crunch time. Jeremy Grant hit a big-time corner three. He finishes the game 4 for 8 from behind the arc, 16 points and 2 boards. Drew Holiday, like, again, some real postseason experience there. He had 21 points, 4 boards, and 4 dimes. Toumani Camara was out there for 36 minutes. He had a couple of bad fouls down the stretch, but he did a good job clamping up Devin Booker. Even though I saw our guy actually get Bush taking over on Booker. Come on, man. We try to tell you. We try to tell you. Booker here played 38 minutes, 0 for 2 from 3, only got up 17 shots, while NBA Top Shot legend Jalen Green, 29 field goal attempts in 39 minutes. And again, I think that's partially because of the defense that Toumani was throwing at Devin Booker. Dylan Brooks picked up a dumb technical for clapping in the face of the refs. He finished with 20 and 7. He ends up fouling out of this game. Mark Williams, 22 minutes, did not do much out there except for the 3 blocks. I don't know, man. Sanjay was saying, imagine Dame randomly gets activated next round like it's the Royal Rumble. Good God, is that Damian Lillard music? Royce O'Neal off the bench. No Grayson Allen in this game. So it was a lot of Royce and Oso off the bench. But, yeah, man, I mean, Phoenix had multiple shots to win this game. To go on that big run, to then take the lead at home, crowd going wild, and then not being able to put this game away puts them in a tough spot, because now, again, they'll host the next game. But tonight we've got Golden State and the Clippers moving on, or taking on the 9-10 game. They will take on the winner of that. And is anybody feeling good about Phoenix in a second game? I mean, the good news is you never know what you're getting from the Clippers and the Warriors. We still haven't seen them be healthy for like 2 consecutive games. We saw reports from Kerr yesterday saying they're still monitoring the minutes of Steph Curry and Porzingis. It's like, what are you monitoring him for, bro? Like, what, for a deep postseason run? Let it rip. I still expect they play like 30 plus, but that was just a funny report. But anyways, good win for Portland. Now they set up a series. They are the 7th seed. Also, I forgot to make fun of this, and I meant to clip it. Or take a screenshot so we could see it. But for those that tuned in yesterday, and I know Weisberg, when he wakes up, will catch up to this. Good morning, Mike. Hope you are well. Remember when Weisberg said, do you think Portland tanks the play-in game to get themselves a better pick? No, Weisberg. I don't think they do. They are very excited about the postseason. They'll take on San Antonio. And I don't know. I'm glad it's Portland taking on San Antonio, because I don't think Phoenix could have gotten anything done against them. And I'm not saying Portland can. I think they could steal a game, though. I think they could steal a game if they, get some good variance from behind the arc. They defend really well. I think they would have the San Antonio guards would have had a much more fun time against the Phoenix Suns than they will against the Blazers guards. Because again, it's Camara, Thybulle, Holiday. There's nothing soft there. And then you have Klingon and Time Lord, who are not going to slow down Wembanyama, but at least they have some big boys to throw at him. So, good win for Portland. I'm excited. That that's the 2-7 matchup. I think I'd still take Spurs in 5, but that's spicy. That is spicy. Let's look at, you guys want to poke around at tonight's stuff? So we have 2 games tonight. And I'm excited about them. Not really. This is actually a pretty gross slate, if you ask me, because I don't think I want to watch Philadelphia, Orlando, and I don't think Orlando wants to play in the game. So we have the Magic are favored here. And I'm sorry, the 76ers are at home and favored by 2.5 as they take on the Magic tonight. And I think, listen, we gave out the winners yesterday, right? We gave out those back-to-back winners. Obviously not financial advice. My favorite thing to do today, if you just wanted to have a bet, let's bet on the vibes of the Orlando Magic, and let's move that line from 2.5 to 12.5. Philly wins by more than 12 points. That would be my bet. I saw a tweet yesterday from Raheem Palmer, gambling legend of the Ringer. And he tweeted out something. I'm going to pull it up here once I can find it. Let's pull it up here from is it Raheem Stadamus? I think his Twitter account is. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up now. Here's the tweet. Here is the tweet. Okay, it says, source, the Magic are dealing with major turmoil in their locker room, with my sources saying that a star player is willing to demand a trade if the head coach, Jamal Mosley, isn't fired at the end of the season. Now, I think that's not surprising that people feel that way in the locker room. I mean, Paolo and Mosley have been throwing themselves or each other under the bus in the media for like the last month. So I don't think that is surprising. However, I think it is kind of a tough look for that to come out hours before your playoff lives are on the line. And I just, great point by Maddie too. How many fit the definition of a star player? Yeah. You think they're talking about Anthony Black there? But yeah, the Orlando stuff is just so bad, man. And again, I think there is a world like Philly is without Joel Embiid. So all of a sudden we're saying, hey man, Andre Drummond is going to play 25 minutes tonight. That's good, right? And no, it's not good. But I do think like one of the positive signs for the Philadelphia 76ers outside of the vibes being terrible for Orlando is that Nick Nurse has coached 82 games like they were playoff games. So the good news is Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Paul George are not going to be surprised when they're all of a sudden playing 40 minutes tonight, because they've been doing it since October. So I do think like Drummond and Adem Bona or Dominic Barlow, who I think could get a little extra run tonight, I do think that's asking a lot of those guys. But the core of VJ, Paul, Maxey, and then even that beautiful man, Kelly Oubre, I think we're going to see a lot from those four guys. They'll have Quentin Grimes off the bench. But I think it's going to be a pretty tight rotation from both of these teams, honestly, but Philly in general. And I just listen, I know we like to be like, dude, Jalen Suggs is an absolute dog on the defensive end. And sure, but I also think defense is a team thing more than an individual thing. And so Maxey, they're not sending a ton of help these days. I think Maxey is just going to be running straight by the poor man's Derek White. Like, I think he's going to be flying by him. I think VJ Edgecombe is going to be too much. And then like the other two questions here from Orlando is how healthy is Franz Wagner, right? We saw him play 26 minutes in the last game. Are they going to, take the governor off, let him get up over 30? He hasn't looked awesome in those minutes that he's played since coming back from injury. It looked like he re-injured himself a little bit in that last game against Boston. However, he did come back into the game. And then you have Anthony Black, who's only played, I think, 4 games since coming back from his long stint out. His minutes have been like 15, 16, 18, 19. Maybe he gets up to 22, 24. But I don't know. Regulator asked, as a Boston fan, wouldn't you rather play Orlando? I actually don't think it matters. Honestly, if you told me Joel Embiid is back for game 3, then yeah, I hope Orlando wins this game. If Embiid is not back, I don't think it matters. I really don't. I think Boston's too deep and too strong at this point. So I don't think it's going to matter. But on the Orlando side, again, like if you think Franz, that's their bull case. If Franz all of a sudden is playing 30, Black is playing 22 to 24, right? They know it's going to be Paolo, Suggs, Bane, Franz, Wendell, with Anthony Black coming off the bench, a sprinkle of Goga Bitadze, who might say something offensive in Serbian accidentally. Maybe some Tristan da Silva. I don't know. But even just saying those names out loud, was anybody like, dude, sign me up for the Orlando Magic? So I think it's kind of curtains. I think Philly runs away with this. I think bet on Maxey to score 30 points, parlay that with Philly to win by 10.5, 12.5. I think it's going to be over soon, especially maybe if this game was at home. I don't know. Maybe you could talk me into some Orlando stuff, but I just don't see it, man. And maybe it's recency bias, but it's not recency bias. They're 45-37, and they were supposed to be like a 50 win. Like a 55 win team. It's not recency bias. But we did just see Ron Harper Jr., Baylor Shireman, and Luka Garza combined for 84 points. So forgive me for not being like, well, give me Orlando. I think Orlando's cooked. And I think if Orlando loses this game, I think Charlotte just goes there and beats the piss out of them. Just absolutely cooks them. Just absolutely cooks them. Regulator said Donovan rumors to Magic seem too obvious. I don't even know how they'd make that financially work. You know, they don't have any. Yeah, I don't know how they'd make that work unless you're just saying Donovan for Paolo. But I don't know why. I don't know how they would do that. Or Donovan for Franz. I don't know how the money would work. Oh, Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan. My bad. I'm just so ready for Donovan Mitchell to flame out. Yeah. Billy Donovan to Orlando. Yeah, that makes sense. Bring him to Florida. Bring him back home. But yeah, I'm assuming everybody, like, no matter who wins or loses tonight's game, is everybody taking Charlotte in the next game, or do you think you'd take Philly over Charlotte? I think that'd be a lot of work for. I think Charlotte. Like, Regulator, you want Philly to win tonight, right? I would imagine. Maddie Harrison, Doc, Jesus Christ. Maddie said, what would be the most satisfying path to the championship for you as a Celtics fan? Do you know, I don't care, man. A championship is a championship. I'm not one of those guys. It's like the only time I've ever felt that way is the Red Sox beating the Yankees on their way to breaking the curse. That's the only time I was like, it's important we go through. We gotta exercise the demons, right? That's the only time I felt that way. We could beat Philly without Embiid and then go to New York, or no, then maybe Atlanta beats New York and we beat Atlanta, and then Detroit, Cade's other lung collapses and they beat the Pistons without Cade, and then somehow the Timberwolves upset Denver and San Antonio and OKC. I don't care. Chip's a chip, baby. A chip is a chip. I don't really care. Let's do the second game. We've got the Golden State Warriors of the Clippers. Clippers are favored by 5.5 as the 9 seed there. Of course, a Boston fan says that. Why is it a Mickey Mouse ring? DJP, I think you wake up in the morning, you have a banana, and then you're like, okay, now I feel locked in and ready to dish out some disgusting takes. Why was it a Mickey Mouse ring? Because they beat the teams in front of them? You guys, stop watching Stephen A. Smith, you fucking dorks. You know what I'm saying? All right. Why are the Clippers favored by 5.5? Can somebody tell me this? Have we seen anything from either of these teams for them for either one of them to be favored by more than 2.5? Right? I guess if you're saying, hey, we haven't seen anything good from Golden State, they barely got by Dylan Cardwell's Sacramento Kings. I guess about 5.5 feels like a lot. Again, the Warriors are like relatively healthy here, right? Let's take a look. They're without Moody because his knee is in his mouth. They're without LJ Cryer, Jimmy Butler, and Quentin Post. But they have, I'm assuming they're 5, right? Is Steph, Porzingis, Draymond, Melton. Who do they start with them? Do they start Santos with them? That feels too big. Who do they start who am I missing? Do they start Steph, Porzingis, Draymond? Is it Pods and Melton? That feels too small. But maybe they can with Garland. What do you mean was not a good look? What are we talking about? Nobody respects the hospital ring. Oh God. Stan Love, how many banners did the Heat put up for getting out of the play-in? Oh, we're an 8th seed. We're an 8th seed, and we got our dicks kicked in the finals. We're built different. Heat culture. If the Clippers still had Harden, then the Warriors would have been favored. I don't know. So anyways, does Pods start? That's a small backcourt. Melton, Pods. I don't know. Spida was out. Oh my God, you guys are so dumb. Yeah, you're right, dude. They suck. Everybody who wins a ring is actually a pussy. Is that the take? Is that the take right there? That's it. But this is injuries every year. Why aren't we doing this right now? Halliburton's not healthy. Giannis, the third best player in the NBA right now, isn't even in the playoffs. So I guess whoever wins the ring tonight is bullshit. All right, regulators calling 2 blowouts tonight. I think this game stays a little bit closer. I do, because Benedict Mathurin has been so bad. Benedict Mathurin has been so bad that I just don't really trust anything what we're seeing with the Clippers here. But let's go build some ranks. We can go build some ranks if you guys want to do that. We can do that here. I think I think I am going to build it as some blowouts. And the good news here, at least the first game, the good news with Philly is they don't know how to not do blowouts. It's not like they're gonna play their guys less. So I think you could still, in a blowout, they're still gonna play 40 minutes. I forgot to say about the Clippers. Isaiah Jackson got upgraded to questionable. So there's that. Isaiah Jackson got upgraded to questionable. Let's go. Seems like Garland and Kawhi games. Is that your regulator? Is that your take that the good guy? You think the good guys on the team are going to have good games? I like that. How is Scott Foster? This is a great take by Maddie. How is Scott Foster not a sign of the Clippers Golden State? Wow. You're right. Where's Scott Foster? They got to rest him. For when he's really needed. Okay, let's go build. Let's go build some ranks for tonight. Yeah. And then if you guys have other hoop takes, I don't think there was any other news that we have to get into, right? I don't think there was much other news. Yeah, Kelly, I do like Kelly Oubre. I just want all of the 76ers. So this is how I'm rolling it out tonight. Maxey, Kawhi, Paolo. I'm keeping it in that order, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do some version of Paul George and VJ. I'm going to go back and forth on this, I think. But for now, we'll go Paul George and VJ. But I like both of them. Again, I expect VJ to play, even in games that don't matter. He's playing like 40 minutes, right? So he's going to play 40 minutes. I think Paul George is going to play close to 38 too. So again, either way, I also think the guard matchup, like we talked about, anyways, I like both of those guys ahead of Steph and then Garland. That's how I would do it. So my first 7, I'm going Maxey, Kawhi, Paolo, PG, VJ, Curry, Garland. That's my first. So I just want as many 76ers as possible. Give me all of them. After that, I really don't know what to do the rest of the way. I don't. Like, do you like Suggs more than Bane? Do you like Bane more than Suggs? I don't really know. Bane, with everybody back, seems a little less spicy. So I think I want to go Suggs and then Bane. Now, this is where I think it gets tricky because, like, if you think Franz is going to play 30-plus minutes, you got to click him next, I think. But if he's not, I almost want to take Porzingis, who's going to play like 30-ish minutes. Although Brook Lopez and Porzingis, I guess them going up against each other. I don't know. Maybe we just keep it Franz, Porzingis right now. That gets us to 11. Benedict Mathurin, I think I'm going to have exactly 2 shares of. I don't think I'm going for barely any Benedict Mathurin. I think next up, you can make a case for Draymond, who, again, should play 30 minutes. Him with Steph is pretty good. This feels like a classic 8, 10, and 12 night from him. All right, Sanjay has Franz ahead of Bane. Interesting. Listen, dude, if you think he's going 30, I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's crazy if you think he's playing 30 minutes. But I don't think it's crazy to click Drummond next, even though I hate it. I think the Drummond minutes are so thin. We didn't talk about this a ton, but I think I'm going to go Draymond, Kelly, Drummond, and then Mathurin, by the way. I forgot to talk about this with Philly. So, like, Drummond probably starts, but we've seen Nick Nurse do this so many times where, like, Bona sometimes starts. Like, how much size do you need against Wendell Carter Jr.? That's why I, like, low-key really like Dominic Barlow tonight. I think he could see a ton of minutes, but maybe Goga's too big for some small ball. I don't know. I don't really know. But that's where I have it right there. So I go Oubre, Drum Dog Millionaire, Benny Math. I don't really love Pajemski here. I almost want to take Wendell Carter Jr. next. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I almost want to take Wendell Carter ahead of Pods. Pods is probably like, how many shots is Pods taking? Maybe, I don't know. I am going to go Wendell Carter Jr. next. I'm going to just do it. Wendell, then we'll go Pods, then Brolo. Then I'm going to go Johnny Collins. And now I don't really know what to do. I kind of have it Melton, Miller, Black. That's who I like next in the 6th round. I'm going to be pretty light Guy Santos, I think. I'm going to be pretty light Guy Santos and Quentin Grimes. I think I'm going to be like these two guys. If they're going to go every single time, again, I don't know what the Santos minutes look like. I don't know if anybody's got a feel for it. I don't know what they look like. No, again, with Al Horford back, Porzingis back, and Draymond back, how many minutes does Santos play? And I don't know if he's going every single time. I think that's like a good leverage spot to get off of. And then again, I mentioned Barlow. I think we can mix in some Chris Dunn if you want, some Derek Jones Jr. if you want. I want to just sprinkle those guys in. You could get to Tristan Da Silva or Gary Payton. I think is interesting. We know Steph loves GP2, and if I don't know, I could see a world in which he kind of falls into like 24 minutes and gets some stocks, you know. And if that happens, we're rich because I don't think he's going to go a lot. Let's jump into a draft. Let's do one of these bad boys. Also, I got absolutely smoked last night because I was team fade Bam. I mean, excuse me. I was team fade Khalil Ware. I was. Oh, let me sync the solver here. I got to relog in though. Let me sync the solver since we got the t-shirt on, baby. Obviously 10% off to your first month. 10% off your first month if you use promo code NBA babies. All right, let's go. Let's see. What are my... Oh, we're picking from the 4-5. I actually preferred spot to pick. Let's do this. We've done 20 so far. All right, let's jump in here. Let's go to the draft. Who do I see in here? On the bump, Clip Fan. Yeah, so these are just 4-person drafts, by the way. Since there's only 2 games, you got 4-person drafts. You can see I have 30% Maxey, 30% Paolo, 45% PG and VJ so far. We're going to be very overweight on these 76ers. But I think that's a fun way. Like, I think at least this morning, the Paul George VJ starts are going to be a little bit more unique. Because I think people are going to obviously want to click Steph Curry beforehand. But that's how I'm approaching it. Jake's calling Brooke Lopez night, huh? Yeah, DJP, I am with you. I think Paul George, all the 76ers, man. All the 7. Did anybody, how's your DJP, how's your So Rare team looking? Again, if you kind of needed Khalil Ware, I think. The Khalil Ware run out is insane. It's insane. I think there was a real path where he was only going to play like 18 minutes, but crazy. All right, so it goes to Maxey, Kawhi. Let's see what On the Bump does here. Let's see. All right, we got, so it goes Paolo. Yeah, so I think we're just going to go. We're going to go Paul George, and then we're going to go VJ Edgecombe. Let's just do it. Let's see who, and now 66% of the time we take Draymond and Kelly Oubre. 100% of the time we take Drummond. Holy shit. Yeah. How do you guys feel about Drummond tonight? Are you guys like, I feel like he's either going to be a top 10 play or a bottom 20 play. Or not bottom 20, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're either going to absolutely need him 1 through 10. Like, I feel like there's no median outcomes. He's going to either be absolutely necessary or have tanked all of your lineups. Bones Highland was on the Real app commenting on Deni's player profile after the game. That's crazy. What's Bones doing? Bones needs to lock in for the playoffs, man. He's got to lock the F in. Okay, we'll do this draft and then we'll probably wrap up. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be MIA for the rest of the day, going to see a Broadway show for Kelsey's birthday. Well, her birthday was last week, but this is her present. We're going to see Broadway, and it's Wednesday, so it's matinee. So 2 p.m. showing, and then we're going to this this restaurant I'm very excited about. Yeah, so I'm going to be off the Discord, off the chat. I got to get my drafts in early this morning. But the good news is we're not really waiting on a ton of news. Man, Porzingis falling would have been sick. Yeah, I think we just do Draymond here with Kelly. We don't have this combo yet. So that's pretty good. So we have, and we need some more Kelly Oubre. I'm too light this morning. Too light on the KO. What a 7 days only you got seasick twice? Okay. How was the cruise, man? Nurse leans vets. Is that what you're talking about, Drummond? I mean, that is true, but VJ Edgecombe is playing 40-plus minutes tonight. I just think he's going to play like 7 guys, maybe 6.5 guys. But that must have been about Drummond. Drummond's still on the board, huh? People are scared of... Dude, let Drummond fall to me in the 5th. Oh, first time leaving the country. Hell yeah, man. Hope you had a good time. Yeah, Bona has been rough. All right, Jake, we might get your boy, Brooke Lopez. Nope, he's off the board. Man, glad you had a good time, Sanjay. All right, we're on the clock. What do we got here? Johnny Collins, DeAnthony Melton. Let's do something a little bit different with this one. We are going to take DeAnthony Melton, but let's take it with Jordan Miller. Man, 70% Melton is a lot. That's fun. That's a fun little squad. Okay, we are going to be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. And then we can do, we'll talk about last night's stuff. We'll do a better preview on the 2-7 matchup since we obviously know it's San Antonio and Portland, but we will know the 2-7 tonight as well. It'll either be Boston, Orlando, or Boston and Philly. And then we'll go from there. But I hope you guys have a great day. Have a nice little day. We'll also have the 89 Cavs on tomorrow. That should be tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern, I think. 4 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out. Come hang out today. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock for the 89 Cavs. But yeah, NBA bit tomorrow. And then I think we're going to do a live before lock on Friday or Saturday morning. I don't even know when we're going to do it yet. I don't know what So Rare's doing. But also we get daytime baseball. Everybody just have a great day. We're out.